This is the no bullshit Unity tutorial. In this video, you'll install Unity, set up a project, and create your first 3D scene in under 5 minutes. Let's go! Alright, so the first thing we'll do, we'll open up our web browser, we'll type in Unity in Google, go to their website, we'll click download, then download again. That's downloaded. We'll open it up through the install, we'll install it. I already have it downloaded, so once that's done, open it up. On the left side here, you'll see installs. Go to install editor, we'll do Unity 6 install. We'll uncheck Visual Studio Community, and then we'll also uncheck documentation. We'll click install, let that install, and then we'll back when that's all set up. All right, so once that's all installed, you go back to projects over here on the left, new project. You'll choose your version up here. There should only be 6 installed up here. Then you'll click Universal 3D and name your project down here. We'll turn off Unity Cloud and we'll click Create Project, let Unity do its thing. And once that's all set, we'll be right back. All right, so once Unity's all done doing its thing, this is exactly what you'll see when you start a new project. You can go ahead and remove the README assets. That's just for the universal render pipeline. Don't have to worry about that. But for what you'll see is the scene view right here. This is where you'll see all your objects, anything you throw into the actual scene. You can think of it as like a level. Then we have the game view. This is what your players will actually see when they click play or launch your game. Here we have the hierarchy. This is all your objects that are in your scene. So right now we just have a camera, a light, and a global volume for post-processing. And then over here we have your project tab. This is where you'll see all your assets that are in your actual project. So all your 3D models, your audio, animations, sprites, anything to actually make your game will be right here in this view. And the inspector over here on the right is where you'll be able to actually customize scripts. You'll be able to change components, which we'll go more into, but you'll be able to change a lot of things. You'll be using an inspector pretty much in every project. There's no way around it. You'll just be very familiar with this screen, and it'll show you your scripts. Anything you attach to any object will be right here. It'll all change depending on what you have selected over here in the hierarchy. And then to move around the scene, you can hold right click while you're in the scene view. You can move your mouse around, it'll rotate. And then just like if you played any game on a computer before, you can use WASD to move around. Scroll in and out in your scroll wheel. It'll speed up or slow you down depending on how fast or how slow you want to move. You'll have rotate right here, scale, direct tool, and your transform tool. So most of the time you'll just be using your move tool. So that'll let you move your objects around your scene and place them exactly where you want them, and rotate them around so you can orient them any way you want. You can scale them as big or as small as you want. So then to just make a basic scene over here in the hierarchy, we can right click, 3D object, plane, and call this our floor. And right click again, 3D object, do a cube, call this our player. Then over here we can go to the move tool, move the player up so they're not in the floor, move them over, they're not right in the center. We can also rotate them however we want, so position them a little strangely. We can also do the scale tool, make them as big as you want, as small as you want. You can also choose each axis independently, scale them in all kinds of weird funky ways. And over here with the light, you can also play with some of the settings here, like the intensity. We can make the scene as bright as we want, dark. So just play around with anything in here, make a little scene, get a little more familiar with it because you're going to be using it a whole lot. You've now set up your first 3D scene in Unity. Good job. Next, we'll dive into working with game objects and customizing your scenes. So stick around for more no bullshit Unity tutorials.